Hey, good day, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Another beautiful week, another interesting and fascinating topic brought to you today by the Council on Aging. Today, we're going to talk about aging. So, one of the things that I find interesting is how people are obsessed with age. Um, when we were younger, okay, I'm talking for me. When we were younger, we all wanted to be older. So we had like fake IDs. So you're 16, you want to be 18, you're 18, you want to be 21. And so you want to be older. And then when you get older, you start saying, yeah, I'm only 40. Um, so but it's all about numbers. And well, age 65 or age 60 or the big 50 or I'm halfway there to the end. We it's such an irrelevant number when you really think about it because there is no context because we don't know when the end is. So if we believe we're going to live to be 100 years old, then 50 is the middle of our life. But as we've seen so many times, particularly over the last year, life is just but a done, over, all of your plans, all your dreams gone. Yeah, that's pretty cynical. That's pretty cold. But those are the realities. So the more time we spend on how long we've been here or how long we've got to go, well, I just focus on today. But particularly in our business, age has really opened my eyes. So a lot of milestones this year. I have a son who turned 40 this year, and I laugh because I can't be that old. I just remember when I was 40 and used to think, man, when I'm 40, ooh, man, that's kind of old. And now I think, yeah, that's kind of old. Um, but I see a new generation of old. You know, each age generation has what they feel is old. When you're 12 years old, someone in their 20s is old. And then as you get older, well, people in their 40s or 50s, and it used to be the ultimate old was 60. And so there are new genres of old, and when you look at some people who are in their 70s and 80s who are so active and so engaged, um, and then you look at them and say, oh, they're probably about 60. I'm 82. um, and then you look at someone who's 60 and they look 82. So again, age is really irrelevant. It's really what's in here that really matters, not this. So age, I'm saying puh on those numbers anymore. The numbers don't matter. So quit focusing on how old you are or how young you are and just live. But when we take a look at this aging, so that's the process of day by day by day. And when you look at the aging process, again, let's be real. We are all born to die. It's inevitable. Um, at some point in time, the train watchman will come down and say, tickets, tickets, and you will be punched out. That's the way life is. But that aging process, uh, again, watching it, it's actually kind of a cool process to see how over time aging does. Some people say, you age well. Okay, what does that mean? That I look good for my age, or you just trying to make me feel good about how I look? But aging is a process, and there are more opportunities, maybe more challenges, but that's part of even what we do here at the Council on Aging is we help that aging process. And as you come to new roadblocks or obstacles, we'll be able to help guide you through that. It's kind of like life is like a river that is just nice, and you're going and you hit a little bumps, and then it starts to get into a category one, category two, and then all of a sudden you're in a category four, and it's like you're going all over the place, and you don't have that smooth river anymore, and then you come back to that smooth river. So we can be maybe like a tour guide for you and help you through that. um, but it's a fascinating thing, and you just got to go with the ride. And that's the point of aging, is it's just a ride. We don't know when, how, where, what, and as best we can, if we've got some great tour guides to help us along the way, it may be a smoother ride. I don't know. But this whole aging thing, while I'm saying it's kind of really irrelevant, there are some people who it's everything. And that's where we get to this ugliness of ageism. I get all the isms. We have a lot of ugly isms in our world, but ageism exists from all ages, young, old, in between. And I can remember early on as a young, rising business professional, and how the senior management looked down because of this young buck, had all these great ideas and weird clothes. Yes, we wore weird clothes back in the early 80s, the leftover from the 70s. And I can always remember going into a certain corporate entity, General Motors, and every person in it. Now, first of all, there were no women, but every man in the place was wearing a white shirt and a red tie and either black or blue pants and a suit jacket. I mean, every single person. I walked in there and I had a brown corduroy jacket on, and some kind of plaid tie, and I don't even remember the pants, and I had a mustache. None of the people had mustaches. And I can look back today and kind of laugh because they are like all looking at me like, uh, you know, again, the age factor was looked down upon. And that happens today with many of our seniors, is that, they, many people look at old people as helpless, invalids. Oh, here, let me help you. Um, oh, they can't do this on their own. And it's really demeaning. And it's sometimes it saddens me the way we treat older people. They're not handicapped. They're not disabled. They don't we just treat them differently because of their age. And I'll tell you what, and I've said it many times, there's some older people out there that will shame me in a heartbeat, physically and mentally, and you know energy wise. And I just think that sometimes we have these stereotypes, as we do for anything. We have stereotype about genders and race and religion, and we always have these stereotypes in our head until you take the time to find out. And so when you take the time to find out about older people, many of them will say, "Yeah, people always, treat me like I'm helpless," and that's frustrating. And so again, anger that comes from this world. Just need to black it out, chill, relax. Just accept people for who they are, whether they're old or young, or black or white, or Christian or not Christian, or Democrat, Republican. See, that comes with age, the wisdom, the peace, the calm. I think we all need to spend a little bit more time with some of our older adults and say, "Teach me, wise one, the ways of the world." Because I tell you what, they could teach us a lot, particularly in the world we're living in now, because they've seen it all. They grew up through the 60s, through the 40s. They grew up through some pretty tough times too. So let's just pretend age is not a determining factor on what we are or who we are. It's just another one of those statistics that some people like, some don't, but you're as old as you want to be. And with that said, it's my wife's birthday. Now she's young. In fact, when people see her, sometimes I say, "Yeah, that's my daughter." Happy birthday to my love. And she is young. And I'm young too. Okay, whatever. So have a wonderful day and be encouraged, be hopeful, because there's a lot to be encouraged about, and there's a lot of hopefulness in our world just waiting for you to experience it. So this has just been plain old Rich saying, peace, peace.